Hey guys, welcome back to another Real Talk Sunday. It is super cold out here.
It's not cold. It's not cold.
It is cold. And we're probably going to make it, I'm going to try to last the whole video. I am very cold natured. But anyway, it's another rainy day in Georgia here. But it's much needed rain. It's pretty much been raining all weekend. And but we're not complaining because we definitely need it.
Yeah, we definitely. Garden we able to water, but it'll help me with my job. I do hope that's going to help us out with my line of work a lot. It's going to be bad to start with, but it'll help out in the long run.
It'll slow some of the other loggers down is what he's getting to.
Yeah.
But we got a lot to catch up with because, as you know, we skipped out on y'all last Sunday due to Thanksgiving holiday. So we'll jump right in. We've been busy. We have not stopped.
We've been busy getting fat and sassy. We've been eating.
Yeah, it's that time of year. You got to hold off on old diets until the first of the year. So don't cut yourself short on enjoying the holiday foods.
Nope.
But we hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving and spent it with family and friends and the ones you love and was grateful and thankful. And if you guys missed our Thanksgiving special Q&A that we did not last Sunday but the Sunday before for our Sunday Real Talk, be sure and check that one out. That one was kind of a fun and different Real Talk. Me and TJ done a Q&A session that we invite you guys to participate on with your significant other or just yourself. But check that one out if you haven't.
Yeah, that was fun. It was something different for us, and we really got to expose ourselves, and you see how we interact with one another, and I enjoyed it.
For Thanksgiving, to kind of give y'all a rundown of how our Thanksgiving went, we had a good time. Me and TJ, we cooked all day long, and we kind of hosted here and just spent time with family. But TJ experimented a little bit this year with a deer ham or deer hind quarter. You want to tell them how that turned out?
No, I can't tell you how it turned out. You got to check it out for yourself. The video will be linked in the description at the end of the video. But it wasn't a total disaster. It ended up being a success in the end and made some of the best barbecue that I've ever done. I've been doing barbecue deer ham for a long time.
It did. It was some good eating. He also deep fried us a turkey, a Thanksgiving turkey, and we had the usual trimmings, the whole 9 yards, the dressing and the green bean casserole and some fresh picked greens out of our garden. That's a very satisfying feeling to be able to put something straight from the garden on your Thanksgiving table.
A little FYI too, I did on our turkey, I brined it for 24 hours, but I did it in honey and salt water overnight. Just word to the wise, don't do that. Turkey tasted fabulous, but it sure looked like.
The outside of it got a little extra dark due to I'm thinking the sugars in the honey cooking and browning a little too much and possibly giving it a little burnt crisp on the outside, but the inside of the turkey was just right. He done a good job. Lesson learned on the honey brine anyway. Mm-hmm. But overall, we had a very good Thanksgiving and hope you guys did as well. Mm-hmm. I also did a pound cake for dessert. It was good. I done a little different variation with my pound cake. I done cinnamon and brown sugar. Kind of subbed out the sugar in the recipe with some brown sugar. But if you guys are interested in seeing how I do my pound cakes, I've got a video out on that. I'll link it in the description and possibly at the end of this video as well if you guys want to check that out. In that video, I done 2 versions, chocolate and lemon. But your base recipe for your pound cake is basically the same for all of them. You just, do your different add-in variations. And TJ is still diehard on his hunting. He is after this one massive buck that we keep catching on camera, and he kind of keeps eluding TJ. It's a cat and mouse game, but he has stayed dedicated. I will give y'all that.
What's that mouse that was on?
Tom and Jerry.
Jerry, yeah, Tom. Which one's Tom? No, Jerry.
Jerry's this.
He's a slick one. Yeah, he's definitely a Jerry.
But he
Yeah, I've hunted this deer harder than I've ever hunted a deer. I've seen him twice. Once I've seen him in the middle of the dirt road when we got through hunting, and the second time in the stand last weekend. but there was 2 does in front of me. When I was trying to get the gun turned around, they caught me. So it's just, or I'll sit in one stand and he'll be at the other. So we're getting close to the end of the season. If he makes it, he'll be a dang good one next year, but I'm hoping he don't make it. I've let a bunch of deer walk, and I'm neglecting our freezer a little bit to try to get him.
So I really hope he gets this one, because like I say, he's holding off on everything else because he's in heavy pursuit of this one big buck. So the sooner the better, so we can get some more meat in the freezer. And speaking of deer meat, we've been steadily making, or he has, the deer jerky. If you guys missed out on that video, he shares one recipe with you on his deer jerky, and we also do an unboxing and our first impression of the new Excalibur dehydrator that we purchased for our homestead for our deer jerky and for preserving and dehydrating some of our garden vegetables this coming season. And so far we have been highly impressed with this dehydrator. So if you guys want to check that video out, or if you're in the market for a new dehydrator, be sure and check that one out, as well as if you got interest in deer jerky, because he shows you the start to finish process on how he slices the jerky, and he shares one of his recipes with you as well in that video.
We also done some sweet potato chips in it too. We didn't get them quite as crispy, but they taste great. They dang sure good treats for the dogs. Dogs love them too.
Yeah, we found out Retta really likes them.
Good for her too.
Yeah. Lane's daddy hooked us up with a whole 5-gallon bucket of sweet potatoes, and we have been really putting them to use, including making some sweet potato souffle on Thanksgiving.
We got about 3 left.
Yeah, we've pretty much finished the bucket off, but we really love sweet potatoes, and that's something we plan on growing this next season. We're gonna try our hand at some sweet potatoes. We always do the little red potatoes, red skin potatoes. Never tried the sweet potatoes, but that is on the agenda for this next season. I think we can probably handle it.
Yeah.
And speaking on growing things, as you guys know, we planted our first fall garden this year. We have been very fortunate. It has done so great. We haven't had any insect damage. We haven't had any problems with disease or anything. All of our plants are very healthy. We planted cabbage, collards, broccoli, turnips, and then TJ came over here where our potato patch used to be and planted some newly planted mustard. They haven't quite got up yet, but we have been harvesting the turnips and the collards, and our cabbages are starting to head out. So we'll be getting some cabbage before long. And our broccoli is also crowning. So we're going to have an upcoming video on how we harvest those 2 vegetables. We did one on the fall greens, on the collards and the turnips, if you guys missed that video. But we're going to also do a harvesting video on the broccoli and the cabbage for you guys.
I'm excited about that too. I love to, man, I'm proud of our greens, don't get me wrong, but I've grown collards and turnips before, but I've never grown broccoli or cabbage, so it'll be a first for me.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. It's just going out there when I've been getting off weed too late this week to go out and look at them, but every afternoon just to be able to go out and look at them and see the progress.
And this is something we'll cover more in depth when we do those harvesting videos for you guys, but when your broccoli starts to crown, you kind of have to keep a daily check on it. You don't want that broccoli to bolt on you and go to seed, because then your broccoli will become bitter. But like I said, stay tuned for that video. We'll go a little more in depth on that with you guys. And if you guys have been following along with our Raising Quail with Blue Dog Ventures series, you know that we are at 7 weeks today, as a matter of fact, on our first batch of quail. We hatched a second batch of quail, but we have decided to go ahead and butcher our first batch. But if you guys missed the video, we did a video, quail at 6 weeks, how to sex, separate, and choose your breeders. We went through that whole process. As a matter of fact, last weekend we put a video out. I think that dropped this past Tuesday. But that is the prime time to go through your flock on your quail and go ahead and sex them, separate them out, and then if you want to keep some breeders for eggs, you can go ahead and do that as well. And So we've done that process, and we have our excess males that we plan to butcher, and this will be our, like I said, this is our first batch, and this is our first butcher off of the quail. And we're going to actually do that process later today. We'll be sure and film that for you guys. We're going to do a start to finish full butcher video. Of course, that's not going to be for everybody, but those that are into raising quail and want to see that process, do tune into that one and be on the lookout. Hopefully, I'll get that one dropped sometime in this upcoming week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We ended up only having 10 left, but it'll be 10 good ones, I know that.
Yeah, on that first batch, we only had 32 birds, and in this second batch, ironically, we had 31 birds. But that's not a bad number to work with, especially with the accommodations and setup that we have. But on this first batch, we're holding out a good many for our breeder. I think we ended up with holding out 22 birds for our breeder flock. And so again, that only left us with 10 to butcher, but I think that's a good solid number to start with on our first butcher, just to see how it goes. But you guys are welcome to watch that one when we drop it. I will say this. I am convinced already that quail are by far one of the most efficient sources of protein for your homestead. We have brought this first batch from hatch to butcher on less than 2 bags of feed. And I calculated it out. The price per bag times 2, and per 32 birds, that is $1.13 per bird. And I don't know if you guys have priced quail at your local grocery store or market lately. I'll just say that the quail are here to stay on Blue Dog Ventures Homestead.
Plus, they're fun to listen to. I don't know if y'all could hear them in the background every now and again, but they talk. I like hearing them. I like hearing them better than I do the roosters.
They are really efficient. You don't have to have a lot of space to raise them. The feed to meat ratio, especially butchering them at 7 weeks when your meat is still real tender, and they're not going to grow a whole lot in that next week to 8 weeks, in our opinion anyway. And I think it's just more feasible to go ahead and butcher them at 7 weeks, or at least this first batch seems to be. We've been very pleased with this whole experience, and we will definitely, like I say, this will be a long-term operation on our homestead here, because we're highly impressed with the efficiency of these birds.
We like the taste of them too.
Yeah, we definitely like to eat them. Speaking of which, if you guys are looking for a new way to prepare quail, we did a video a while back. We done jalapeno popper quail. And I'll leave it at that. I'll drop it down in the description below if you guys want to check that one out. But it's a kind of a new fun way to prepare quail, just to give you a different way than just dropping them in hot grease and frying them. It's a little more healthy and very, very good.
Yep. We always doing some kind of creation, and most time it turns out good.
It does.
We like it anyway.
We both love to cook. He is a grill expert. I know nothing about grilling, zero. But I really think he could take a turd and put it on the grill and make it taste good. He's that dang good. He knows what he's doing when it comes to grilling, and he's constantly coming up with new creations out there on the grill. And then when we're in the kitchen, we're always being creative in there as well, trying to create new stuff, and just because you get tired of the same old run-of-the-mill meals day in and day out, and we really like to get experimental in the kitchen.
For instance, last night you got in there and you said we
don't like to waste.
No, and usually on the weekends is when we go through our refrigerator and clean it out, and the dogs get some treats, and we try to clean everything out and cook up for the weekend and then we'll eat. Me and her will eat on it all week.
We do. We both take our lunches every day with whatever we've had left over from the night before, until we clean out the leftovers.
She got in there and got creative last night and made some. I don't even know if you can make a recipe out of it if she remembers what she put in it, but it was dang sure good. I know that.
Well, throughout the week, we had peas from the garden that I cooked at one meal, and then we had stewed tomatoes, and then I had made some tomato gravy one night. We had rice, and we had some creamed field corn. I took all of that, put it in a pot, added a whole box of vegetable stock and made like a real thick stew or soup.
Got okra in there too.
Oh yeah, and I put some of the okra that we had froze from the garden this past summer. We added that in as well. And what better meal on a cold, rainy night? Because it was raining yesterday and last night too. But there was nobody here, me and TJ, and so I threw all that to keep from wasting. And it was a perfect meal.
Did you throw down on some crackling cornbread too?
I did.
I got back from hunting.
You can't have a soup or a stew or a chili without some good old southern cornbread. And I had some crackling in the refrigerator. Man, oh man. It was some good eating for sure. And speaking of being in the kitchen, what we're fixing to jump in there on, since it's raining and it's messy outside and we can't really do our projects we had planned for this weekend, it don't slow us down none. We'll move it inside. We're gonna be butchering and processing and cleaning up our quail and vacuum sealing them. We'll be doing that in the kitchen. And also we're in the process of thawing out some ground deer that he just got through grounding maybe 2-3 weeks ago off some of the first deer that we killed this season. And I've got that thawing in the sink. We're going to be making some deer meatloaf. And what I do is I do that make ahead, and I've got individual loaf pans. And so I make up several pans of meatloaf, and we vacuum seal them, the pan and all, and stick them in the freezer for an easy, ready-made meal. And to tell you guys a little trick, we actually done this on a camping trip. We took one of those frozen pans with us that I had pre-made last year, and you can take your crock pot and just put a little bit of water in the bottom, put your whole pan. You can buy those pans at the Dollar Tree, and I usually line them with parchment paper. We're going to do a complete video on this, so you guys be sure and check it out. It'll probably drop this coming up week also, if all goes well. But like I say, just drop that whole pan over into your crock pot with that little bit of water in the bottom. Put that baby on low when you leave out for work that morning, and when you come home, you got supper ready. Just throw your little ketchup on it. Let it cook just a little bit longer, and you good to go. Or if you want a quicker way to do it, after you've got it thawed out, just pop it in the oven like you normally would. But we love doing this with deer meat. And going ahead, especially on a day like this where we can't be outside, we'll prep and do these meatloaf pans, and so we can have meals pre-made and ready to go.
They make a heck of a sandwich too when you slice them up.
He loves to make the meatloaf sandwiches.
If you had, I want to throw this out there while you was talking about that. When we done that video, or when she done, when we brought it with us to the camp.
If you guys have never tried talking on camera, everybody needs to try it at least one time. Just set up your camera, get in front of it, right by yourself or with your partner. It doesn't matter. Just try to form a complete sentence. It's harder than you think.
But the camping trip she was talking about was last year at Thanksgiving, and I really want to emphasize that little trip. That was some of our first footage and first videos that we done. We caught, I want to say 30 something catfish, our biggest blue, 40 pounds. The footage on it, the videos on it didn't get a whole lot of views, but if y'all really want to check something out and see some good fish, you might have to fast forward through some of it to see some good fishing.
It is kind of slow. It was in my beginning on the editing, but
that was one of my favorite trips that we've gone on.
It was a really good trip. It was just me and him. The kids had other plans for the Thanksgiving holiday, and they were in the mountains, and we had the best time and caught, like he said, a ton of catfish. And so I think that series, I split it up into 4 videos for 4 different days. And I think it's on our Fishing with Blue Dog Ventures playlist. You can find it. Each one of them's titled, it's got Thanksgiving in the title. I can't remember right this minute off the top of my head, but like you said, if y'all want to go check that footage out, it was some real good footage. It is kind of slow go because it's just, we set the camera up and just filmed the whole thing pretty much. But we had fun times.
Yeah, we did. Memories.
Yep. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm freezing. My hands are froze solid. But
Thought that hand warmer I was gonna give it to you.
hope you guys have enjoyed this one. As always, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us and watching our videos. And we hope to see you back here next Sunday.
Yes, we do. Y'all come back, hang out with us.
Till then, y'all take care.
Appreciate you guys watching.
Hey.